Ramachandran, your social science teacher. Today we are going to see about the topic lithosphere, the first lesson of geography. So in that lithosphere, endogenetic processes we are going to see. Please have a look on the slide number 2. I'm going to introduce what is called lithosphere, and then we are going to see about the spheres of Earth, structure of the Earth, 4 spheres of the Earth, then the structure of the Earth, crust, mantle, core, rocks and the types of rocks. Then we are going to see about the rock cycle we are going to see today. So first I'm going to give a small introduction about lithosphere, that is endogenetic process. Please have a look on the slide number 2. The Earth is a unique planet of the solar system. The Earth is a unique planet of the solar system, where it's different from other planet. Earth has a unique way of living. The Earth is composed of 4 spheres, namely the lithosphere, the atmosphere, the hydrosphere and biosphere. The Earth composed of 4 spheres. We have, first one is lithosphere, second one is atmosphere, third one is hydrosphere, and the fourth one is biosphere. So in this lesson we are going to focus on internal process of the Earth. We are going to see the internal process of the Earth. What are the internal process of the Earth we have, and what are the outer layer of the Earth we are going to see in this lesson. Okay, so have a look on slide number 3. Spheres of the Earth. Earth's surface is a vast area of 510 million square kilometers, where 4 spheres of the Earth interact. So in this Earth we have a 510 million square kilometers we have, which we call as a Earth's surface. The second point, have a look on second point. The abiotic spheres are, we have 2 types of spheres which we call as a abiotic, and another one is biotic spheres. Abiotic spheres are called as lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. These 3 spheres are called as abiotic spheres, and biotic sphere is the biosphere. So totally together these spheres constitute the planet which we call as the Earth. Fourth one, slide number 4. Have a look on the structure of the Earth. The outer surface and inner core of the Earth are totally different in their nature and structure. In the Earth we have both the sides. We have an inner core and also we have a outer surface, and both are totally different. Have a look on the spheres of the Earth, outer part. See, we have atmosphere which we call as the air. We have a hydrosphere, water, and lithosphere. These 3 together we call them as biosphere, and that is the outer surface of the Earth. Next we are going to see about spheres of the Earth. We have, as I said before, we have 4 spheres. The lithosphere is a solid outer part of the Earth. Please have a look on the picture. You can have a picture in the slide number 4. See, lithosphere is called as what? What is called lithosphere? It's a solid outer part of the Earth. Outer part of the outer part of the Earth is called as lithosphere. Second one, the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a thin layer of gases that surrounds the Earth. We have various gases which are surrounds in this Earth. We have hydrogen, we have our carbon dioxide, we have oxygen. A lot of gases are surrounded by this in the thin layer of the Earth, and that is called as atmosphere. Please have a look on that picture, slide number 4. You can see atmosphere. We call them as various gases are there in this atmosphere. The third one, the hydrosphere, is the watery part of the Earth's surface which includes ocean, river, lakes and water pond is called as hydrosphere. The watery part of the earth, whatever the water we saw in the earth, in the name of ocean, in the name of river, in the name of lakes, they are called as hydrosphere. The third one, the biosphere. Biosphere is the layer of earth where life exists. Only in this biosphere, living being and non-living being can able to exist in this earth, and that is called as biosphere. Have a look on the slide number 6. The structure of Earth's interior is divided into 3 layers. So in inner part we are going to see now. The structure of the earth are divided into 3. The first one, crust, mantle and the core. See slide number 7. The structure of the earth. You can see this picture. This picture is also available in the textbook. You can have a look. By seeing this picture, you can get a clear view about the structure of the earth. First, we are going to see first interior part of earth, which we call as a crust. We are going to see what is called crust. Slide number 8. Crust is the outer layer of the earth where we live. The place we live in the outer part of the earth, and that outer part of the earth is called as crust. Okay, and that is the outer layer of the earth where we live. We live the particular place where we live on the outer surface of the earth, and that part is called as crust. It is the skin of our earth which ranges between 5 to 30 kilometers. It's like a skin of the earth. Outer layer is called as a skin of our earth. So which has ranges between 5 to 30 kilometers. Third point, it is a solid and rigid layer of the earth. So outer part of the earth will be solid and rigid of the earth. Fourth one, the crust is classified. This crust is classified into 2. This crust can be classified into 2. First one is continental crust, another one is oceanic crust. So the continental crust is made up of silica and aluminium, okay, which we call SiAl. Silica and aluminium. Si for silica and Al for aluminium. And the second classification, oceanic crust, is made up of SiMa, that is silica and magnesium. Silica Si, magnesium, for magnesium we give Ma. So these are the 2 classifications we have on crust. Crust is the outer layer of the earth, which is like a skin of the earth, which ranges between 5 to 30 kilometers, and it has a classification. We have 2 classifications of the crust. One is continental crust, another one is oceanic crust. Continental crust is made up of SiAl, that is silica and aluminium. Oceanic crust is made up of silica and magnesium. The next slide, have a look on the next slide. Mantle. The interior part beneath the crust is called mantle, which is about 2,900 kilometers thick. So that is called as mantle. The interior part of the beneath of the crust. Crust interior part is called as what? Mantle. The major elements of the mantle are, mantle is made up of silica and magnesium, and hence it is also termed as SiMa. Okay, so that mantle is made up of silica and magnesium, which has which is the interior part beneath the crust, which is about 2,900 kilometers thick. The upper part of the mantle, the rock, remains solid, whereas in the lower part of the mantle, rocks are in the molten form. The upper part of the mantle, top of the mantle, we have a rocks. Rocks will be usually in a solid, it will be like a solid. So it remains as a solid in the outer part, and it remains molten form inside the mantle. The molten rock inside the earth is called magma. So this is what about mantle. We'll get into our next subheading, core. Please have a look on the slide number 10. The core is the innermost and hottest layer of the earth, which lies below the mantle. This core is located below the mantle, and which we call as the innermost and hottest layer of the earth. So usually it is composed of nickel and iron, hence it is called NiFe. Okay, it is made up of nickel and iron. The core is divided into solid inner core and liquid outer core. It has two divisions. Core has a two division. First one is a solid inner core and liquid outer core. Please have a look on the slide number 11. So we have seen the interior part of the earth, which we have three. First one is crust, mantle and core we have seen. Now we are going to switch into the rocks. What is called rocks? The crust is a storehouse of rocks. We have already seen what is called crust. If you want to have a look, please have a look on the slide number 8. The crust is the outer layer of the earth where we live. We are living in the crust. The outer part of the crust where we can find a lot of rocks are there. That's what they have given there. The crust is a storehouse of rocks. In the crust only you can find rocks. In the outer part only we can find rocks. You can find many rocks. You can have a look on rocks on. If you go to Mamalapuram, you can see rocks. If you go to Ajanta Ellora, you can see rocks. So they are all these types. They have different names for that. So these are called as rocks. The crust is the storehouse of rocks, first point. Second one, an aggregate of minerals on the earth's crust is called rock. So the aggregate of minerals on the earth's crust, total mineral which is formed into a rock. Third point, it may be hard and compact like granite. So usually rocks will be like very hard and it will be like compact like granite, or soft as clay, or loose as sand. So this is what about rocks. Now we are going to switch into the types of rocks. We have three types of rocks. First one is igneous rocks. Second one is sedimentary rocks. Third one is metamorphic rocks. First one, igneous rocks. The word igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis, means fire. So the rocks, by this we can easily understand the rocks which is formed with the help of fire, like how we call, when the magma reaches the earth's surface, it refers to as a lava. So once the lava which comes out from the volcano, once it cools down, once it becomes a hard rock, and that type of rock is called as igneous rocks. See the second point, the interior of the earth contains very hot molten material called magma. So inside the earth, if you see a volcano, inside the volcano the hot molten material will be there. So that is called as magma. When the magma reaches the earth's surface, outer part of the surface, it refers to as lava. The lava on the surface cools down and gets solidified as rocks. So once the lava cools down on the earth's surface, it becomes a black color, and where that particular rocks are called as igneous rocks. Usually these igneous rocks will be granite and basalt are examples of such rocks. Igneous rocks are also called as primary or mother rocks, because all other rocks are directly or indirectly formed with the help of this igneous rocks only. Okay, that's why we call them as a primary or mother rocks. Okay, the next one, sedimentary rocks. These sedimentary rocks are named after the Latin word sediment, meaning settle. So we have seen, in spheres of earth, we have seen 4 spheres. Hydrosphere, we have a lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and also biosphere. In hydrosphere, we have seen that it includes water like river, lakes are called as hydrosphere, we have seen. So these sedimentary rocks are formed with the help of these oceans and rivers. So during when the river, when the lakes, when the water comes from the mountain, various sediments get settled under the water. After millions of years, that becomes a solid part, and with that a sedimentary rocks formed. See, have a look, second point. Rivers, glaciers and winds carries bits of rock and soil and deposit them in layers. after a few millions of years ago. It is not for within 2 or 3 years. After millions of years, these settled parts will become hard like a rock, and that rock is called as sedimentary rocks. The bodies of plants and animals that fall on the deposits get embedded in the layers and form fossils. Last one, example of sedimentary rocks: sandstone, limestone, chalk, gypsum, coal, and conglomerate are examples of sedimentary rocks. Next one is metamorphic rocks. The term metamorphic is derived from the word metamorphosis, which means change of form. When igneous or sedimentary rocks are subjected to extreme heat and pressure, they undergo a complete change in the form and character, and that type of rocks are called as metamorphic rocks. So usually we know what is called igneous rocks. When the lava comes out, once it becomes a cool down in the earth's surface, obviously this igneous rocks will form. Millions of years ago, after being in the surface of the earth, it gets changed with this character, and that igneous rocks will become into a metamorphic rocks. Same like the sedimentary rocks also. Once it becomes a sedimentary rock, after millions of years ago, that particular rock will change their own character and the form, and that particular rock is called as metamorphic rocks. That formation and the character change will happen due to the extreme heat in the earth. Okay, so that is called as that type of rocks which forms or changes the character and the form is called as metamorphic rocks, which changes from igneous and sedimentary rocks is called as metamorphic rocks. Example, in course of time, granite may get transferred to gneiss, basalt to schist, limestone to marble, and sandstone to quartzite. So last one is limestone to marble and sandstone to quartzite. Okay. Last one is rock cycle. The rock cycle is a continuous process through which igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks are transformed from one form to another is called as rock cycle. We have seen in metamorphic rocks, we have seen like many igneous and sedimentary rocks changes their form and their character due to various reasons, due to various pressure or heat in the earth's surface, and that cycle is called as a rock cycle, and remaining you will see in next class. Thank you.